Next one we come out to the we have talked about that one over. It's the official release, baby. Woo.
So, this is from Blue Underground, Deep Red, which is, of course, one of Dario Argento's most memorable films. This is the Blu-ray.
The Blu-ray disc.
Of that recently came out, and we're going to talk about it because...
It's killer.
Yeah, it is one of the most infamous films to come out of this time period. I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I've watched it several different times. And the plot is, there's an Englishman, Britain.
You can eat the ass of an Englishman.
Who is, like, he's a pianist, I think. And while in Rome, he witnesses, like, a brutal murder.
The psychic lady.
Yeah, of a psychic. And throughout the rest of the film, he's trying to piece back together who the killer is, and try to figure out, like, clues and things like that. And in the meantime, there's weird shit, like, happening around him throughout the film as well.
Yeah. I think the very beginning, the psychic lady kind of outs the guy that's in the audience as a murderer, and that's what...
Yeah, that's probably the most famous part of the film, is she's doing, like, a group reading of all these people, and she's like, I see this, this, and this. Then she starts talking about seeing a murder, and then saying that the murderer is there. And so throughout the film, it's almost like it's in reverse. Like, you try to figure out who that murderer is, and he's the one trying to piece it together. And there's another, like, a female reporter or something that's going along with him.
Yeah, and then there's subtle hints of something that happened long ago, around, I think, Christmas time, and they don't really show you a whole lot until the very end. And
right.
But as far as Argento's movies go, this is definitely probably one of the top 2 or 3 that everybody always puts up there as some of his best work, I guess.
I guess you'd call it a giallo.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of his...
This is a black glove killer.
Yeah, giallo films, and very much in that style. It's a murder mystery. It's a slasher film. It has some amazing cinematography and, like, death setup scenes. Probably, in this movie, the most memorable, of the most number of memorable death scenes, just the way that they're shot and filmed, and not only that, but one of the creepiest scenes from any movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which you have nightmares about still this day, I'm pretty sure.
It's just so strange. It doesn't really belong at all, and they could have added it anywhere, but I mean, it's just like, I think it's the scene that inspired James Wan of not only Saw, the character in Saw, but Billy in Dead Silence, and it's just it's a creepy little doll on this, like, tricycle thing or something, or whatever it's riding. It's crazy. I'm surprised nobody's made, like, replicas of that fucking thing and tried to sell it.
They will now that you said that, though. Somebody
Probably
like, I'm
will.
going to do that.
It's just the visuals in Deep Red, I think, aside from Suspiria, are just so awesome. Like, there's so many different scenes in this movie that nobody else... Dario Argento is one of those guys that around this period of time, and nobody since has been able to mimic what he did. Like, I mean, there's been people try. They fail miserably. This guy's visuals is just fucking unreal, how he does some of these shots and stuff.
Well, he had a couple different things going for him, especially in this movie, and one of them was everything is really oversaturated in terms of the colors. So that's the one thing that you notice automatically. Like, the blood is over, like, the colors ratios turned up really, really high. Everything's really, really bright and colorful in these movies, and you're kind of drawn to it, especially in the death scenes. And the other thing is, he's one of those guys that lingers on things much longer than anybody else should. Like, most people would just show some of these scenes in a passing shot, but he stays on them, like, especially the reactions of the people that are going through whatever's happening to them and things like that. He just stays on that forever and stays on, like, and Fulci would do that too.
There's a scene in this, though, that, like, I don't know why it's creepy to me, but it always has, like, it's one of those things too that you don't always remember when you think about this movie right away, is where he is looking in the old house, and notices right before he's getting ready to leave that the paint is cracked on the wall there, and there's some type of image with red in it. And then the music from Goblin starts, and I think that's the best music that Goblin's ever did. That's just my opinion. And then like he is slowly, chipping away at this, and this images is coming of just this violent murder that it looks like a little kid drew or something like that. I just really thought it was a effective scene and just creepy as hell the way they incorporate the.
Now, what is the theme from Deep Red? Can you mimic it? Because for some reason
there's a few, but the theme I'm thinking about is the guitar theme.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the la 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 la.
That's it. That's like when the flashback sequences come in. Yeah. I like that.
But the score, I love the music in this too. This was a movie. This is fucking old. Like, what year was this?
Say 75.
I can't read that small writing. I think it is a 75 though.
Let me see. I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, 1975. I see it. But let me tell you this.
Tell it.
The Blu-ray DF, baby. This fucking movie, I don't know how Blue Underground does it. I mean, it's just, it looks almost brand new in a lot of spots.
Yeah, this movie, in particular, maybe more so than any other film I've seen from Blue Underground, looks amazing. I mean, it really does. It looks almost, in some sense, flawless to the point where they almost had to find a pristine cut of this to do this transfer on. There's no way.
Well, I'm guessing they probably went back and just made a new master from the original. They had to, because I mean it just looked. Now I gotta say though, like I did watch for the first time the Italian version of the movie, which is like over 20 minutes longer. And I gotta say that made the movie drag a little bit. I liked the American version a little bit better.
Doesn't the Italian and European version of these movies always suck though? Like with Dawn of the Dead, it sucked.
Yeah, they just leave in like a lot more pointless shit that you don't need. Like I didn't really even notice anything that substantial with the extra 21 minutes or whatever. But it's cool that it's in there, and it does have the Profondo Rosso title, which is the Italian name for this movie. But I gotta say, Blue Underground always, like, for a little while there, they were getting a bad, like, rep, I would think. But, man, like, I don't know how anybody could say anything negative about this release right here. And you have, I know Felcher, who not only did the cover, but did some of the special features on this, which, not a whole lot of new stuff, other than a set of interviews. You had the Argento interview, co-writer, Benito Zapapone, and with Goblins, Claudio Simonetti, Massimo Morante, Fabio Pignatelli, and Astino Maralingo, Boccolovo. And theatrical trailers, Goblin music video, and Demonia music video. They're performing the Profondo Rosso theme both times.
Kick ass.
So, yeah, I know this has been out a little while, but we finally got around to reviewing it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's just one of those movies where you should have already seen it, and you should already know about it. It's a classic of the genre, and probably one of the most notable of the Italian films that came out.
Yeah, if you're somebody that's not into Italian films, hasn't seen the Italian horror stuff, that's one I would definitely recommend.
But ultimately, if you're asking yourself, should you get the Blu-ray of this, then I would say it's a definite yes.
Yeah, you're drawing titties over.
It's an upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, so Deep Red is out now from Blue Underground. Go to blueunderground.com for more details.
Fuck yeah.
Woo.
Fuck
Woo.
yeah.
Blue Underground's got a lot of awesome shit coming out. They've got the zombie Blu-ray set coming out.
Right.
They've got House by the Cemetery set is coming out. They got a lot of stuff. I think they've got the Blu-ray of Torso coming out too. I've never seen that, so I'm looking forward to that one.
You gonna give me the House by the Cemetery, or I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Well, you gotta give me a blowjob first, and I'll give it to you.
No.
You got a gag on my creepy dong.
Oh, God.
You're going to go.
That's all we got.
It's been a hell of a
We
show.
can't give you any more because there's too much.
The fan pits. Return of Living fan pit.